Hey, this is Bayard Winthrop, founder of American Giant. I started this company because I was fed up with cheap clothes that didn't last and a system that shipped manufacturing overseas. We believed we could still make incredible hoodies, t-shirts, and pants right here in the US, with American cotton, American factories, and people earning real wages. That's what American Giant stands for, building clothes that actually last. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code GIANT20 at american-giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code GIANT20 at american-giant.com.
This is one of those teams in the AL East outside of the big boys. And I guess now we have to include Toronto in the big boys, getting so close to winning the World Series. Are we forgetting about Tampa? 77 wins a year ago, did miss out on the postseason. Win total is right there again at 77.5. Where are we on Tampa in the pecking order of the AL East?
The AL East, I think, in my mind, will have the fewest amount of games differential between first place and last place. And that's a credit to basically every team getting better in some sort of fashion. Now, the Rays, I think, have arguably one of the biggest stars outside of Aaron Judge in Junior Caminero. And you saw what his performance was like with the Dominican Republic in the World Baseball Classic. And one of my bold takes from our VSiN MLB betting guide, which if you have not purchased that by itself, or if you're not a VSiN Pro subscriber, what a great time to do that and be able to get your last minute future tickets in, as well as some win totals, things of that nature. My thing was, I believe he'll finish top 5 in American League MVP voting. And I think the Rays, from a win total perspective, are very suppressed. I think they'll be over that and then some. If you're looking for alternate win totals, I might even take a stab at the Rays winning 85 plus. And here's what I think is going to be fascinating, Dave. Tropicana Field is back, and a great job humanitarian-wise of being able to get that ballpark repaired. It is a unique home field advantage for the Rays because it does suppress run production. It's going to be vastly different than their home games last year at George Steinbrenner Field, basically the Yankee Stadium of the South. And so what will they do? They'll benefit from their pitching, their back end of the bullpen. The Rays going to raise in that position, Dave. They know how to get it done with Kevin Cash being one of the great manipulators of pitching staffs and things that they can do from a matchup perspective. A lot of it hinges on, will Shane McClanahan be able to bounce back? He's looked great in camp. You're looking at a top 2 of Drew Rasmussen and Ryan Pepito, so it's a great place to start. Back into their bullpen, just insert name here, and they figure out a way to get it done. Whether it's someone you've never heard of, whether it's been a veteran, they've been great. I actually really like where the top of their lineup, and even into the middle a little bit with Caminero. If he's hitting in cleanup spots for most of the year, I think that's fine. Yandy Díaz is going to lead off. Jonathan Aranda is going to be in the 2 spot. They acquired Gavin Lux from the Cincinnati Reds in January, and I think he'll be great replacing Brandon Lau there at second base. A lot will be predicated on what does the bottom of the lineup do production-wise. If they can get consistently guys turning it over, and you're going to bank on 2 youngsters in one of their top prospects in Carson Williams, who will be their opening day shortstop, Chandler Simpson, who came up. He's an absolute speedster. He'll be in left field. As soon as you doubt them, Dave, they will beat you, and they will beat you handily. And so I think they're flying way under the radar this year. I like their win total over, and I think they have got some real opportunities, even though the run production may be vastly different from where it was for 81 home games there in Tampa outside at the spring training home of the New York Yankees. I think they will get a morale boost from being back home at the Trop, and I think they're much better than maybe what people see on paper.
All right, so we're going to give our full list of our futures portfolio here on Wednesday and Thursday before we get to opening day in earnest. Everything that we've added as the Daily Diamond has gone on here in the last month in our cards. I will tell you, this feels like a late add to me for Tampa Bay over 77.5 wins. Now, you mentioned they might be able to adjust a win total if you can find those out there at solid plus money. If they get to 85 wins, does that put them in play to possibly cash a bigger ticket at the postseason price of plus 310? To win the pennant is 30-1. Obviously, if they got in the postseason, you'd love to have that ticket then. But it's almost the same to win the East, ironically, at 25-1, which shows you how good, at least in the betting market, people are going to take the Yankees. The Orioles feel like they're going to be better, and the Red Sox we take seriously, and now maybe revamp Orioles as well. Is the value there in that postseason ticket at plus 310, or is it in the extreme long shot of winning the pennant at 30-1?
No, I think you can diversify a unit if you want to go that way. I would take probably, and I just found a 76.5 on BetMGM if you want just the standard over. You could probably play a half unit on the over win total and then split up a quarter unit between the postseason price there at 3-1 and then the pennant price at 30-1. I absolutely love where your head's at there. If you're in the business of wanting some alternate win totals, go right ahead for that. But again, 76.5 if you're looking to play the over, available at BetMGM. The postseason price, Dave, and I will not be shocked if you and I revisit this conversation at the All-Star break. I could foresee 4 teams qualifying for the American League postseason bracket coming out of the American League East. It will not shock me whatsoever. I think that the Baltimore Orioles, who I've picked to win the American League East, I think they are very much in play for some plus money prices. I think the Yankees are going to be there. Remember this, too, on the Yankee side of it, Dave. They're going to get Carlos Rodon back in about a month, and they're going to get Garrett Cole in about 2 months. Those are 2 like blockbuster deadline deals that you get back internally without losing one single player. And so that's a massive get for the Yankees, who already have a pretty decent rotation with Fried, with Schlittler, with Will Warren. Ryan Weathers, a big ad for them coming over from the Marlins. The Blue Jays have done a really good job of being able to fortify. I know they've had some major starting pitching injuries already with Jose Barrios, with Shane Bieber, losing Trey Savage early. But the Red Sox rotation already vastly improved. You just wonder, the loss of Alex Bregman, what does it do offensively for them? But I think you look at this American League East to kind of bring it back to the Rays side of things. Won't shock me whatsoever if this is a 4-team playoff division for the American League bracket here in 2026.
I've had a lot of fun in years past at the Trop. The boys that were just here in Nashville, my boy Chris Cyber down there in Tampa. We will probably be doing this trip down there this time next year in Tampa. So when you're seeing a win total now of 77.5, and we mentioned Caminero, maybe the breakout star, if you were to go to the Trop this year, is that who we're looking at and saying, yes, if there's a reason to go and pay the price of admission, go have a cold beverage there and watch Tampa Bay play some baseball here in a dome? Is that the guy all eyes are going to be on this year?
Well, I mean, Caminero, and this is the unique part of looking at where the Rays from a power perspective will be. Last year, they were right at league average, 16th, I believe, in homers. And traditionally, the Trop has been a little bit more of a power outage spot. Now, he can hit it out anywhere. So from a season projection, you know, it may not be into the 40s as far as homers go, but if he does get there, he's right in the MVP conversation, because if he's doing that, that means the Rays offense is going really, really well.
Then that means we're going to cash those over tickets, which I'm going to place after the show today here, 77.5. And again, Jensen, you found a 76.5 out there for Rays backers. And again, plus 310 to make the postseason.
Finding a hoodie that lasts through the season can be tough. The American Giant Classic Full Zip hoodie is made to last a lifetime, so you can count on it year after year. Every American Giant piece is made in America and designed to last. No exceptions. The result is durable clothing that become part of your life. Snag the hoodie that will bring you comfort for life. The American Giant Classic Full Zip. Save 20% off your first order at american-giant.com when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout.